It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Ravens and the Patriots on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 21 carries, 106 yardage-wise, and the score as well.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. The Patriots send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Fielded at the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Well, this defense for the Pats, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They go play action now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. On the run, it's Robinson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Looking to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 32. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They run. Robinson. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal of 29 yards.
This is up and good for Pinheiro. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Play action. Now Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the Ravens have got it. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Jackson on first down. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 12. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Here's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Here to his running back, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Here's Robinson again on second down. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt. On third down, it's Robinson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 65 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now it's Jackson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that one results in 35 yards. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back now here on EA Sports. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. It's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you just hold a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover, put your defense in a bad spot.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East, but as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that #1 seed.
And that's when you tell your team, remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job 1. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing, because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye or not, you and I both know this team's going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Montez Sweat in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll drop to throw. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Throwing the 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
23 yards the pickup there. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Jackson going to keep it running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Jackson now. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. The Ravens on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 48. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Jackson. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And all the way down to the 12. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. 17-6 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. He's got a man complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
Here's Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Patriots 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check. You not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news. They got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking. Probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute.